Hey everyone, happy Monday. My name is Austin Bach. Think this is Dragnet live from otrgold.com. I'm currently sucking on a throat lozenge because I still have kind of a sore throat. So I'll try not to move it around and make a bunch of weird noises on the microphone. But um, yeah, I was feeling under the weather this weekend and didn't finish the double feature like I was hoping. Hang on, I'll probably be on and off mute for a second. Yeah, so I'm behind schedule on that, but we're here today, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Didn't want to miss today. So I'm tuning in. Today we're going to be listening to episode 40 of Dragnet. The title is The Big Boys. It was originally aired on March 16th, 1950. And I'm a little behind schedule this morning. Seems like this is my new normal to be behind schedule, but I promise I'll get back on top of things. I'm just not haven't been feeling 100%. So I don't have the historical events pulled up handy right away, but we'll cover them at the end. Um, Thank you. I'm glad to see the chat. The chat's lively today. If you are not watching this from the OTR Gold YouTube channel, if you want to participate in the chat, you have to stream from there. So if you're on Twitch, on Facebook, on the Old Time Radio Archive, if you look in the description, you will see a link to the stream on OTR Gold, and you can click there and check it out. This one made me laugh. Our first comment of the day. Too warm for a hoodie or sweatshirt. I've heard from several people that now is not the time to buy a hoodie or a sweatshirt. So sometime this week, I'm going to work on some t-shirts, something else. I also had this brilliant idea yesterday as I was trying to take a nap in the middle of the day. I was hoping by taking a nap, I could like sleep off some of, what my body's fighting through right now, which is fortunately I don't have a sore throat, but like I now have a perfect radio voice because it's dropped a few, not octaves, but it's in a lower register right now. But anyway, so I was trying to fall asleep with, the sun out. So I borrowed my wife's sleep mask and I put that on. And I thought I would sleep for maybe like an hour. I slept for um I slept for several hours in the middle of the day. So we ate dinner. I was gonna cook some barbecue chicken yesterday, and we had some people that were expecting it, and it was an hour and a half late because I got started later because I slept way longer than I thought. But anyway, I woke up with an idea thinking this sleep mask is great. And I know a lot of people multitask, but some people listen to old time radio when they fall asleep. And so my thought was like an embroidered or some sort of sleep mask that says like, "Shh, don't disturb me. I'm binging old time radio," or something silly like that. But um, I have a newfound appreciation for sleep masks. But if that's something that seems appealing to you, let me know. But we'll do t-shirts first before we get into anything super niche and specific like a sleep mask. But okay. We have some new people here. Reggae Deanne. Diane. I don't know how you say that, but welcome to the stream. Also, welcome back, Thomas. Welcome, Lee. Welcome, Joshua. And Life with Roscoe. Thank you for being here. We'll get started. Again, I don't have the historical events pulled up right away, so I'll do it at the end. Today is episode 40. The Big Boys originally aired March 16th, 1950. And I only listened to the first half of this, so I don't know how this story concludes. So we'll discover that together. Happy Monday, all, and I'll catch you at the end of the episode.
Hello and welcome to Dragnet from OTRGold.com. This episode will begin after a brief message from our sponsors.
The story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Fatima Cigarettes, best of all long cigarettes, brings you Dragnet.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to robbery detail. 4 young hoodlums wanted for a series of robberies are headed for your city. They're armed, reckless, cold-blooded. Your job, get 'em.
If you want a long cigarette, smoke the best of all long cigarettes. Smoke king-size Fatima. Fatima is the long cigarette which contains the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos superbly blended to make Fatima extra mild. And that's why Fatima has a much different, much better flavor and aroma than any other long cigarette. That's why Fatima has more than doubled its smokers coast to coast. So enjoy Fatima, the best of all long cigarettes.
It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Friday, December 10th. It was cold in Los Angeles. We were working the day watch out of robbery detail. My partner's Ben Romero. The boss is Thad Brown, chief of detectives. My name's Friday. It was 7:55 a.m. when I got to room 27A, robbery detail. Morning.
Hi, Joe.
Morning.
Hi, Joe. Cold out, isn't it?
Frank, what are you doing here this early? Can't you sleep?
I'm waiting for something. Special delivery letter from my brother.
One up in Frisco with the police department?
Yeah. Only up there, they don't like it when you call it Frisco.
Yeah.
He's in robbery detail. Called him last night. All 3 kids had their tonsils out the same day. Thought it'd be nice to call, see how they were.
All 3 at once.
Yeah.
Tonsils are nothing these days.
How'd they make out?
Good. They're home already.
What's the letter got to do with it?
Oh, well, my brother told me he was sending down some dope on 4 pretty rough characters. Thinks they're headed our way. Sending mugshots, too.
You and your brother running a detective agency on the side?
It's a little irregular. The official correspondence will come a little later.
What do you know about the guys?
Almost killed a man. I didn't get any details. It's all in the letter. Ought to be here any minute. Mailed it at noon yesterday.
How come you moved down here with your family, Frank? Don't you like it up north?
Well, like L.A. better. More elbow room. Here you live in a house and lot, not just an apartment.
I get it. Robbery, Friday.
This is Wilson. Tony shop is there, Joe?
Yeah, I think so. Hold it, will you? Tony here?
Huh?
Oh, I didn't see you behind that paper.
For me?
Yeah, he's here.
Well, if he's not busy, ask him to come over to auto theft. Questioning a couple of Mexican girls who can't speak English.
I guess we can spare him for a while. I'll tell him.
What's up?
Well, that's Wilson in auto detail. He'd like you to go over and act as interpreter for a couple of Mexican girls.
Are they pretty?
You're not going down there to marry him.
I'll bet you wow I'm at parties.
Yes. Nothing much doing. Slow day. They don't come often enough for me.
If they did, we'd be out of a job. It was one of those rare, slow days. I killed a couple of hours going over the daily reports, cleaned out the top drawer of my desk, sharpened a few pencils. At 10:15 a.m., the special delivery letter came for Frank. He slit the top open with his pocket knife and shook out 4 mug shots.
Here it is. Following 4 men wanted for robberies, auto thefts, and safe burglaries in San Francisco Bay Area. Cliff Small, 19. George Shum, 20. Both escaped from Preston. Julius Carver, 18. Fred Malik, 20. Both Army deserters.
Well, that checks out with that APB from SF last week.
What do the records look like?
Small shot an Army captain during an argument at a bar. On 2 capers, these men shot it out with us and escaped. Information shows all 4 left for Los Angeles several days ago. Driving stolen car, blue Chevrolet, probably using cold plates.
Mm-hmm. Let me see those mug shots.
Here.
Well, now we know who we're looking for. Brother, tell us where?
Just a couple of nice girls that got mixed up with the wrong guys.
Hey, take a look at these pictures, will you, Tony?
Oh, the mugs from San Francisco.
Yeah. Says they're in a stolen car, cold plates.
That's how these girls were picked up, in a hot car.
Huh?
They went for a ride with a couple of guys they met at a movie. When the car ran out of gas, the boys dug, the girls got picked up.
Do they have a lead on the guy?
No, not a thing.
The young guys?
Around 20. You think these might be the ones from Frisco?
Well, let's talk to the girls. Come on. Frank, you want to cover the office?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Do they speak English at all?
Not enough to make sense. That's Dolores, and this one is Marie.
Sí.
Señoritas, estos señores son empleados del robbery detail. Desean hacer a ustedes algunas preguntas.
Nosotras no hicimos nada.
Nada.
She says they didn't do anything.
I suppose they told you all they know already, huh?
They're not much help. They say they don't know anything about the fellows they were with.
Show them these. Ask them if they've ever seen them before.
Yeah. ¿Conocen ustedes a estos individuos?
Sí. Esos dos. ¿Estos son los muchachos?
Sí.
Sí.
These are the guys that took them out last night?
Ask them.
¿Quieren decir que estos dos son los que las llevaron anoche?
Sí. Ellos son.
Carver and Malik, the Army deserters. Ask them to describe them, will you?
¿Cómo eran los muchachos?
Ya les dijimos. Estuvimos en el carro todo el tiempo. Estaba oscuro. Pero parecían muy guapos. Y hablaban bien.
She says they sat in the car all the time. It was dark. But they looked very handsome and they talked nice.
Where did the fellas pick them up?
They told me in front of the Jubilee Theater, 2nd and Broadway.
Yeah. And then what?
The girls couldn't understand English, but they understood when the boys motioned them to hop in. ¿Han aceptado ustedes paseos con extraños antes?
Por supuesto que no. María creo haberlos visto en la iglesia el domingo.
She says no. Marie thought she recognized them from church Sunday.
Pero estaba equivocada.
But she was mistaken.
Must have been some date. The boys couldn't talk Spanish and the girls couldn't talk English.
Where'd they go on this ride, Tony?
They don't know the streets. They just know they got to the beach, and then they turned around and were about halfway back when the car ran out of gas.
Ask them again. See if you can get Marie here to talk.
María,
Sí.
¿qué camino tomaron para ir a la playa?
Yo no sé.
Ay, María. Primero, paramos cerca de un hotelito. Esperamos mientras los muchachos llevaron a un perito y lo dejaron en su cuarto.
She doesn't know, but she remembers they stopped near a little hotel. The girls waited while the boys took a little puppy out of their car and put it in their room.
A puppy?
Well, if they don't know where the hotel was, maybe they can tell us what it was near.
¿Qué edificios había cerca del hotel?
En la esquina había una estación de gasolina.
And she says there was a gas station on the corner.
What else?
¿Qué más?
Del otro lado de los rieles había 2 o 3 garajes.
2 o 3?
Creo que sí, 2 o 3.
She says across the car tracks there were 2 or 3 big garages.
Yeah.
Could be in the Westlake district. Lots of garages and second-rate hotels around there.
Or East 1st Street?
Maybe Grand Avenue and Pico.
Pico. Ahora me acuerdo. Esta calle era Pico.
We took the girls with us and drove out to Grand and Pico, and then up and down Pico slow until the girls pointed out a hotel just south of Flower. They weren't sure. Ben and I got out. We walked up to the hotel desk. The clerk was just starting to vacuum.
We're looking for Julius Carver and Fred Malik. Are they staying here?
What's the names? Can't hear you over the vacuum.
Julius Carver and Fred Malik?
Nope, not here.
Police officers. We take a look at these pictures?
Well, could have been two of the boys that checked out this morning, but they didn't look as tough as this.
How many were there?
4.
Here are 2 more pictures. You have a look, please?
Could be. About the right age.
How long did they stay?
Just 2 nights.
Did they have a pup with them?
What?
I said they have a pup with them.
Puppy dog? Yes, they did. Yes, sir. A little collie pup.
Did they pay up?
No, they skipped out, owing me 2 days.
Can we see how they registered, please?
Shut off this dang vacuum. Person can't hardly hear himself think over that racket. Now, you want to see the register. We use cards here.
All right, sir.
Let me see. Now, here they are. Bob Reynolds, Jack Sharp, Jim Smith, and William Grant, Las Vegas, Nevada.
You must have picked those names out of a hat.
They say where they were going?
Nope, no forwarding address.
Did they write these cards out themselves?
You bet they did. That's the law.
You mind if we borrow them for a while? We'll have them photostated and returned to you.
We're supposed to keep them, you know.
You'll get them back.
I like to do everything legal. Are those boys in some kind of trouble?
They leave anything in their room?
They did. It's all in the vacuum.
If they happen to come back, give us a ring, will you? Here's our card.
Robbery detail. Who'd they rob?
They took you for 2 days' rent. It was 2 p.m. when Tony Chavez picked us up. He had Frank O'Donnell with him. We stopped at a dairy lunch, and I called the office, and we split up into 2 teams. While Tony and Frank checked parking lots in the neighborhood for stolen cars, Ben and I ran down the other hotels. In the next 3 hours, we talked to a dozen desk clerks and rooming house managers. Always the same answer, no. 5:30 p.m., we tried the Achilles Hotel on Grand Avenue. We walked into an overheated lobby crowded with modern furniture. There were a couple of canary cages in front of the faded wall tapestries. The desk clerk was a woman in her early 40s.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Police officer.
Police officers. Walter! Walter, will you see what these policemen want?
We'll just take a minute. We'd like to know if you recognize these pictures here.
No.
This one?
No. No, we only take in honest, hard-working men.
Sure.
I don't like anybody lazing around the rooms all day. It keeps me from cleaning up.
If your room got a collie pup.
A dog? I'd die before I'd allow a dog in this house.
Well, if these fellows with a dog try to rent a room, would you please phone us? Here's the number.
Millie. Now, get on back in there, honey, where it's nice and warm. Go on, Millie. Go on, go on. Millie's on the nest now.
Yes, ma'am. We'd appreciate you watching for these men.
For your own protection, too.
No, I'll let you know.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's go
Oh,
back.
say, before you go, would you gentlemen do me a favor, seeing as how you're policemen?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Marinelli up in room 14's a week behind in his rent. Would you do me a favor and go up and talk to him?
I'm sorry, lady. We can't handle that. That's a civil matter. I'd advise you to go to room 260 down at the city hall. See the city attorney. They'll help you.
Walter, what'd I tell you? They won't do it.
That's the way it went. It was dark out now and getting cold again. We walked back to Pico and Flower to pick up Frank and Tony. Tony was there waiting for us.
Hi. Come on up to the next corner. Frank's up there. We got a hot car staked out.
Yeah?
Just half a block from the hotel where the guys checked out. You had any luck?
No.
Did you find anything in the car?
The key's still in it, nothing else.
Well, they could have stolen it last night after they left the girls, huh?
I called in and checked. It was taken in front of 1192 Doheny Drive between 2 and 4 this morning. We got out of code 4.
Mm-hmm. That's about 6 blocks from where they ditched the car with the girls in it.
Yeah, we're out of gas. It's all downhill. Would have been the natural way for them to go.
Could be the right car. Better keep the stake on.
Well. Oh, hi, Frank.
Hi. You do any good?
No.
Frank, you and Tony want to go eat, and Ben and I'll cover the car. When you get back, we'll go for chow.
Good deal.
Swell.
So long. Well, let's sit in the car, huh?
Yeah, all right.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Get the radio on.
Want a cigarette?
No. What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe it's the same guys, maybe not.
In the same neighborhood. A couple of things might tie in. Yeah, can't be sure.
We're really making headway. About all we know is they're in town.
Yeah, and it's a good-sized town.
Right now, it's the biggest in the world. 7 p.m. We knew the 4 gunmen were in town. We knew they'd been seen. We figured there was no reason for them to skip town until they pulled a job or heard that we were looking for them. Time was in their favor. Time to rob, time to kill, time to get away. The check on the hotels continued. We left Frank O'Donnell and Tony Chavez on the stakeout, and Ben and I picked up the hotel routine. One place after another. 8:30 p.m. We walked down a long, narrow lobby to a little bald-headed man at the desk. He was wearing glasses and reading a magazine called Astrology. When we walked in, he tried to hide the bottle.
Police officer.
Oh. Would you take a look at these pictures, please?
What for?
See if you can identify them.
No. No, they don't look familiar to me.
They may be carrying a collie pup.
Collie pup? Let me see those pictures again.
All right. They look familiar now?
They had a pup with them, all right. Yes, I think so. I study faces. Yes, the same.
Are they here?
I don't know.
Mean they're out for the evening?
I don't know.
Are they registered here?
Yes, they are.
What room?
Are they expecting you?
Now listen. This is important. Just answer the questions.
What did they do?
What's their room number?
Second floor, room 22.
You have the key?
Just a sec. Here.
Thank you. Come on, Ben. Cover me, huh?
Yeah.
22. Give me the key. Watch it. Well, maybe we're home.
Clothes, shoes, all her stuff's here.
They'll be back.
You are listening to Dragnet for the step-by-step solution to an actual police case. Here, step by step, are the reasons why Fatima has more than doubled its smokers from coast to coast.
Step 1. The name Fatima has always stood for the best in cigarette quality. Step 2. Long cigarette smokers discover Fatima has a much different, much better flavor and aroma. Step 3. Long cigarette smokers find Fatima extra mild. Fatima is the long cigarette which contains the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos superbly blended to make Fatima extra mild.
And that's why more and more smokers every day agree
it's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
Yes, the name Fatima on that gold and yellow package is your insurance of an extra mild smoke.
So enjoy king-size Fatima, the best of all long cigarettes.
In the files of the Los Angeles Police Department, there are countless case histories that never got space in the daily newspapers. The case of Cliff Small, George Shum, Julius Carver, and Fred Malik was one of these. 4 young hoodlums wanted for a series of robberies and petty burglaries. These men were armed, and they'd shown that they wouldn't hesitate to shoot. By comparison with the sensational crime headline, the news value of this story rated an inch of type on the 4th page of the 2nd section. Yet the line separating these 4 young thieves from banner headlines and back page space is much thinner than the average citizen realizes. The danger in a criminal case isn't always determined by the space allotted to it in the newspapers. Many a peace officer's name has appeared in the obituary column of the same newspaper that allotted 1 inch of back page space to the crime story that was considered unimportant. I phoned the office and asked for 2 men to cover the stolen car. As soon as the replacements arrived, Frank O'Donnell and Tony Chavez left the stakeout on the stolen car and joined us at the hotel. It was 8:55 p.m.
When do they due back? Any idea?
No, sir. I told these other officers. I did tell you, didn't I?
Yeah, you said they were out for the evening.
That's it. I knew I told you something. Was it you two? Or was it you two?
It was this fella and I.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember things I say so good, but I know faces, things.
Are you the manager here?
Oh, no. This place belongs to Claude.
Claude who?
Tinney.
Then you're in charge now.
Only when Claude's not around. This is one of his places.
Where are we going to stake out, Joe? Not enough room to turn around in this lobby.
That's what I've been telling Claude. Claude Tinney. This is one of his places.
Yeah, maybe you better leave that bottle alone till we get this straightened out, huh?
Oh, no. I don't hit it heavy anymore. Just a little nip now and again. Drafty in here.
Any idea where we can wait for these fellas and keep an eye on the lobby?
No, not enough room in this lobby to turn around in. I've said that to Claude.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, clerk, where does this door lead to?
No, don't go in there.
Is there a light in here?
I save old bottles.
Ragman gives me a penny each for them.
Is that a storage room?
What's that?
That room over there.
Oh, that's the linen room. We keep all the linen there.
That's about the only place there is, Joe. If you want to wait out in the car.
All right, we'll wait in there.
There's a couple of chairs in there. I'll send the boys back when they come in.
Be better if you tell them nothing.
How are they going to know you're here?
We'll tell them. You just don't say anything.
All right, sir. Now then, if I can just have your names, I'll see that the boys get the message.
Now, look, mister. You just sit there and read your magazine. Don't say anything. You got that?
Okay. That's the way you want it.
Come on, let's go. What's that smell in here?
Bleach, I think.
Strong.
What time is it?
Can't see.
Frank, you got a luminous watch.
9:28.
Evening, Mac.
Evening, Mr. Sweeney.
Give me an 8 o'clock call.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
That smell's giving me a headache. Air's bad in here.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can get you, gentlemen?
No, you just stay at the desk, will you, please?
Say, Claude Tinney's his name. He's the manager. Remember you asked me about that?
Yeah, we know.
What do you want him for?
Look, you're going to have to stay away from this door. We don't want them to know we're here.
Okay. That's the way you want it.
I could use a cigarette.
Yeah.
All we need in here now. Smoke.
What time is it, Frank?
Oh,
Never mind. That's it. There's two of them. Ben, you come with me. Frank, Tony, stay here.
Right.
All right. We're checking out tomorrow.
It's Carver and Malik. Let's go, Ben.
Yeah, come on.
All right, get your hands up.
Hey, what's going on?
Stand still.
Okay. What's the beef?
Frisk 'em.
There's a .380 automatic on Carver. 38 caliber revolver in this hip pocket. Another 38 on Malik.
I'll hold it.
That's it. Put out your hand. Let me have your cuffs, Joe.
Here you go. Where are your pals?
What pals?
Cliff Small and George Shum. We know you're running with them.
If you know that, you know where they are.
How old are you?
18.
What's your name?
Fred Malik. I'm 20.
Tony.
Yeah.
You and Frank want to take them downtown?
Right. We'll see you down there. Let's go, Frank.
Say, you got him, huh?
Got two of them. We're going to wait for the other two now. You just play it straight and stay away from that linen room.
How long you going to be in there? Chambermaid starts making up the beds around 7 a.m. You'll have to be getting out that linen in there.
It's only 10:30. Lots of time.
We change the sheets 3 times a week in this hotel.
Not a worry in the world.
Let's get back in there.
I know what that smell is in here. Lysol.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that pup.
That'll be the tip-off.
I'll go get him. All right, come on, little fella. Here we go. Come on, boy.
He's hungry, Joe.
Yeah. Look, I'll put him down on the floor. Don't step on him. Yeah, what do you want?
Are you going to wait for the other 2 boys?
Yeah, will you get away from the door?
Say, I want to help you all I can.
Yeah.
That fuzzy little pup of theirs. He's running all around the lobby.
Yeah, we've got him in here.
Yeah, you better go out there and get him. He's barking. It'll tip him off.
Yeah, all right. Now go on back to the desk.
All right, then. You stay in here. I'll see if I can catch him.
He comes around here again, he'll have to wait in here.
You see your watch.
No?
Must be around 11.
Yeah, must be.
Oh, it's that clerk again. Yeah.
Say, listen. I've been all over the lobby. You fellas are in the clear.
What do you mean?
That dog of theirs. He's gone. You're in the clear.
Look, he's in here with us. Now, will you stay away from here, please?
Yeah, it's okay. The dog's gone.
Hey, Pop, give me the key for room 22.
Yes, sir.
That's their room. Come on.
Yeah. Get your hands up. Watch him, Joe.
Wait a minute, you.
You hold it.
Get your hands
Come
off
on,
me.
Get your hands up.
Now, you didn't have to slap me.
You didn't have to pull that gun. All right, now over here. Stand still. 38 revolver on this one. Here it is, 45 Colt. What's your names?
I'm Cliff Small. He's George Shum.
How old are you?
19. Cops?
We weren't. You'd be in a lot more trouble than you are.
That's all of them.
Yeah. Now let's feed that pup. 12:15 a.m. We took the prisoners down to the city hall to the interrogation room. Tony Chavez and Frank O'Donnell were there with the other two, Carver and Malik. While Ben helped question the suspects and made out the necessary reports, I went across the street to the Federal Cafe. I picked up 2 10-cent bottles of milk and a few slices of bread.
Look at him go. He was hungry.
Yeah. How'd you come out?
Well, I got it all here. Let's see. 4 stolen cars, 8 known robberies in San Francisco that they copped out to. 3 jobs in Portland they admitted. You remember that Bakersfield liquor store holdup about 4 weeks ago?
A Watson job? They pull that?
Yeah, probably a lot more. They haven't told us all of it yet.
Got out an APB. We'll probably get a lot more wants on them.
Well, that's it. None of them are even old enough to vote yet, but they've committed practically every crime in the book.
Just one thing more left to work out. What do we do with the pup?
How about the SPCA? They'll find a home for him.
No, not this little guy.
Why don't you take him, Tony? You got kids.
You got a deal.
Aquí, perito. Tu madre era cole, pero de hoy en adelante eres perro policía.
Translation. Your mother was a collie, but from now on you're a police dog.
The story you have just heard was true. Only the names were changed to protect the innocent.
On February 9th, trial was held in Superior Court, Department 88, City and County of Los Angeles, State of California. In a moment, the results of that trial.
It's amazing how many long cigarette smokers are changing to Fatima. Here is the actual report.
From coast to coast, king-size Fatima has more than doubled its smokers.
Yes, more and more smokers every day are discovering that Fatima is the best of all long cigarettes.
Long cigarette smokers find Fatima has a much different, much better flavor and aroma.
Long cigarette smokers find that Fatima is extra mild because it's the long cigarette which contains the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos superbly blended to make it extra mild.
So enjoy extra mild Fatima. Best of all long cigarettes.
It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
Clifford Small, George Shum, Julius Carver, and Fred Malik were released to San Francisco authorities where they were tried and convicted on 8 counts of robbery in the first degree. A hold was placed on them by the state of Oregon. They are now serving their terms in the state penitentiary. You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice for Dragnet comes from the Office of Chief of Police, W.A. Wharton, Los Angeles Police Department.
Fatima Cigarettes, the best of all long cigarettes, has brought you Dragnet from Los Angeles.
Tomorrow, hear the Ronald Coleman's charming series, The Halls of Ivy, on NBC.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Let me stop sharing the screen here. Let's see what Joshua says here. Oh, we had a little side chat about baseball. We're talking about favorite baseball players. Let me show you this real quick. So the question was asked on the stream. I just have to make sure my audio. I'm checking now that my audio is on. It's good. Okay. The question was asked on the stream why Joe Friday's badge number is 714. I did not know the answer till Life with Roscoe shared it. Apparently, he was a big Babe Ruth fan, and Babe Ruth was, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Maybe the first, like, I could be wrong. Maybe the first, like, baseball superstar, and he had 714 home runs. So that was a little nod to Babe Ruth. One of my favorite movies is The Sandlot, and Babe Ruth is in that movie. They mention him a lot. So if you've watched that movie, Babe Ruth has all the nicknames: the Great Bambino, the Salt and the Swat, the King of Crash, all these awesome names that are featured in that video. And then, as I mentioned before, I don't think I mentioned today, I'm broadcasting from Seattle, and I've grown up in the area, and so have been a Mariners fan for my entire life. Went to a game. If you know anything about Seattle history, when a couple years back, prior to T-Mobile Park, which is the park they play in now, they the Mariners played baseball in this building called the Kingdome, which is, I think it was one of the largest like concrete structures at the time. And it was pretty cool looking. But I remember when they retired that stadium, and then also when it imploded. I was watching it live on TV as they imploded the Kingdome. Yeah, and then Roscoe's mentioning some lines from the movie. Looks like our Dodger Blue, who's maybe now a Dodger fan, was a former Mariners fan. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, so just like last year or a year and a half ago, I saw this jersey. So Ken Griffey Jr. is one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite players as a kid. He was on the Seattle Mariners. When he started as a rookie, he was playing with his dad. So Ken Griffey Sr. was also playing at the same time. And I think that's one of the only times that it's happened. I know LeBron James is playing in the NBA, and he's been playing for forever. He's still doing great, but he's been holding out to hopefully be able to play with his son. And he said too that, I think he said publicly that he'd take a pay cut. He would go to right now he's with the Lakers, one of the better teams in the league, but he'll go anywhere that drafts his son so that he can have the opportunity to play professional basketball with his son. Well, that happened in baseball with the Griffies. So this is Ken Griffey. This is Ken Griffey right here. But the baseball fans will notice this. His number was 24. This is 42. So why am I wearing why is this a Griffey jersey with 42? Anybody know? And it's also, I'll give you one other hint. This was also, he wore it on April 15th, 1997. I'll give people a chance to maybe answer that question, and then I'll tell you. Not even sure what a Seattle is. The Seattle Mariners. So anyway, it's just a city. I don't know where you're from. Oh, you're from New York. Are you a Yankees fan? Yeah. Jackie Robinson. So Roscoe got it right here. So Jackie Robinson wore the number 42. He was the first he was the first African American to play in Major League. Like prior to that, they had Negro leagues. There were segregated baseball leagues, and I'm pretty sure he was the first one to do it, and he was very successful. If he wasn't the first, I'm pretty sure he was the first. But if he wasn't the first, he was like the first, major success in the league. Baseball historians can correct me, but so on April, when was this? April 15th, 1997 was the 50th. So there's this patch right here. It was the 50th anniversary of like when Jackie Robinson joined the league. So it says Jackie Robinson. It was 1947 when he played, so this was 1997, 50 years later. And since Griffey had the number 24, he asked for this game if he could change his number to 42 to honor Jackie Robinson. And they said yes. So he wore this jersey. I mean, not this one. This is a replica of the jersey he wore on that day. And to honor him. And then since then, Major League Baseball has actually retired the number 42. And I'm pretty sure in all... Oh, I'm broadcasting myself backwards. I got to fix this. I don't know how to fix it, but I'll look at fixing it. Yeah, he so since then, Major League Baseball has retired the number 42, and at least in T-Mobile Park, which is where the Mariners play, there's like a commemorative like home plate with the 42 on it, and it's retired. But that's why this one's kind of special. It's got the 50th anniversary Jackie Robinson patch, and then it was also happened to be the 20th anniversary of the franchise. So what? Okay, sweet. I'm sorry. I'm reading comments. I get distracted by the comments, so sometimes my train of thought, like what I'm trying to say, just ends because I read a comment that's funny. But I'm glad you're not a Yankees fan. Okay. I mean, no offense to Yankees fans, but as a Mariners fan, man, it just drove me crazy when there was such a dominant team for so long. Like you just start cheering for their downfall. But now it's like I feel less that way towards the Yankees and more towards the Astros or something. Like the Astros have just been good for so long. Anyway, that was a tangent into baseball. Guess who on chat doesn't? You don't like baseball at all, or you just don't care because there isn't one. There's a difference. Like, are you indifferent, or do you legitimately hate baseball? And if you do hate baseball, what's your favorite sport or pastime? Okay, we'll quickly transition off baseball before we lose Joshua entirely. But here we go. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, that episode was originally aired March 16th. And so the week before, March 16th, 1950, which was 3 years after Jackie Robinson started playing baseball. And he was one of the historical events last year. He signed like some league-setting, some National League or American League, whichever league he was in, some record contract. But the week before this episode was broadcast, the FBI started their top 10 most wanted program, which gave birth to that awesome TV show in the 90s, America's Most Wanted. March 11th, Bobby McFerrin, the vocalist for Don't Worry, Be Happy, was born in New York City. Shout out to Addie. Jerry Zucker, the American director of Airplane and the Naked Gun movies, was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Both movies are just ridiculous. May 13th, an American conservative political commentator and psychiatrist Charles Krauthammer was born in New York City. He died recently, I think just like a year or two back, maybe more. And then also on that day, American actor William H. Macy was born in Miami, Florida. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Let's see. Were there any weddings that happened? Sorry for the cough on mic. No weddings happened that week, and no notable deaths happened that week. So, interesting. That's a little bit of historical context for you. If you haven't seen the movie The Sandlot, you should watch it. Roscoe and I know that it's a great movie. And then I'm going to finish that double feature sometime this week. We'll get that launched, and then we'll plan another movie/game night for probably the week after. But thank you all for being here. Monday. Oh, I'm gonna add a post later today on the community page with links to the upcoming videos, because what I'm gonna start doing is either Friday or Monday. I'm gonna create links to all three and then put them there. So I will share out the upcoming videos so you can have them bookmarked if you want to, or just bookmark the playlist because the playlist auto updates. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I wish you all a happy Monday and a great week, and look forward to seeing you. Oh, wait. On Wednesday, hang on. Before I log off, I have to follow up here. Joshua says, haven't watched sports in a while, but I used to watch American football quite a bit. Now, coming from Alabama, which, that doesn't have their own football team, what team is your favorite in the area? Was it one in the area? Was it one, did you just pick like the Patriots or something? Curious to know. And then he had this thing. This is me, Joshua. when I don't, he says, who else joins the live stream mostly for the chat and then rewatches to get the actual story? If I haven't listened to the story beforehand, I'm distracted by the chat and then I go back and listen to it. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. Either way, it's good. Cool. And then last one. He's originally from Florida. So the Seminoles and Tampa Bay Bucks, both good. Cool. And as Dodger Blue says, hasta la próxima, amigos. Until next time, friends, have a good one.